What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to take a look and a listen to Representative Titus. She's going to be talking about Social Security reform and a Social Security increase. And this politician is special to me, okay? I went to school in Las Vegas. I went to UNLV, and this lawmaker was my professor when I was in college. She was a professor in political science department, and I was a major in political science. And I'm also going to tell you guys a personal story that I had when I was in college, and it did include her. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification, and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here, so by clicking the bell notification, clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter and Threads, you can at the TEC Show Live. And just a reminder, on Thursday, we're going to be doing a live stream. So at Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be doing a live stream talking about the headline news of the week. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to Representative Dina Titus. She's going to be talking about Social Security reform. Here we go.
Well, thank you very much. I want to thank my colleague, Mr. Larson, the ranking member of the Social Security Subcommittee, for his leadership on this issue, for organizing this important special order to talk about the work that Democrats are doing to protect and expand Social Security, and thank him for doing a telephone town hall with me for the people in District 1 so they could ask questions about what is happening and how this measure would help. In my district, there are 113,000 Nevadans, that's District 1 in Las Vegas and Henderson, who rely on Social Security just to make ends meet. It represents the U.S. government at its very best. In fact, it is one of the most successful programs in our history, and it's vital that we protect it for future generations. Now, while we're here talking about what the Democrats want to do to protect and expand it, the Republicans, even as we speak, are continuing to threaten Social Security. Now, Mr. Johnson is new at his job of Speaker, but he is not new to this issue. As the former chair of the Republican Study Committee, he repeatedly called for Social Security benefits to be reduced. In fact, this year's Republican Study Committee budget would cut benefits by 13% and at the same time raise the retirement age to 69, providing seniors with fewer benefits for more work. Raising the retirement age would disproportionately harm low and middle income seniors who rely most heavily on Social Security, forcing them to delay their well-earned retirement, often from backbreaking jobs. Furthermore, the Republicans' terrible labor HHS appropriations bill would cut Social Security funding by 30%, closing 240 offices around the country and extending wait times for service. We cannot let Republicans do this and play games with your Social Security. That's why I'm very proud to be an original co-sponsor of Mr. Larson's bill. You have heard the ways that it protects and expands Social Security. We need to bring it up. We need to pass it, and I stand strongly in support of that. Thank you, and I yield back.
Okay, so that was Representative Titus, Dina Titus, and you heard some of the stuff she's talking about when it comes to the Republicans. They did put together, I can't remember exactly how many members were in favor of this. She might have even mentioned it, but they put together this plan for Social Security. And part of that plan is to raise the full retirement age to 69, which would be a cut to Social Security. And she also talked about a 13% cut. I don't know if she was adding or using that raise the full retirement age as the 13% cut. But when you're looking at raising the full retirement age, for every year you raise it, that's a 7% cut. So we could be looking at 13 to 14% cut just by raising the full retirement age to 69. And it's also important to note that not everyone is going to be able to work until they're 69. If it's a demanding job, you might not be able to work that long, let alone right now, 67. There's some people that they can't see themselves working until they're 67, so they're going to retire early, retire at 62. But if you raise a full retirement age to 69, does that mean that you raise that minimum retirement age from 62 to maybe 65? Okay, so now I want to talk about this personal story that I had with Representative Titus. And she was a professor at the time. She was working as a professor as well as she was the state senator. And back then, the legislators in Nevada, they were part-time legislators. So she would be in Carson City for a period of time, and then she'd be able to come back, and she was a professor. And so I really liked her as a professor, so I did take her classes whenever I had an opportunity to. So I took one. I was taking classes, and I was generally pretty good. When it came to political science, I was good. I knew what was going on, and about the politics and things like that. So, and then just government and how government works, and so it came pretty easy to me. And we used to do a lot of tests where we'd have some multiple choice, but then we would have this what they call a blue book. I don't even know if they still have them now. I guess probably everything's on computer. But it was a blue book. It was just a journal, basically. You just open it up and you can write. And so we had to do essays. And so not only were we doing multiple choice, but we were also doing essays. And so I was taking a test, and I remember, and when I was taking the test, I would usually get done before the end. I didn't have, like I said, it came natural to me. Politics, it came natural to me. So it wasn't anything that was really that hard for me to get my thought process together and everything. But for whatever reason, I remember I stayed up late the night before and I was studying and things like that, and I just couldn't sleep. And so when I went to take the test, I was struggling. So I was in there, I did the multiple choice portion, and then I was into the essays, and I just could not think. And I just remember, like, my brain wasn't working the way it normally does. And I was trying to brainstorm, trying to figure things out, and just using all the different tools that I'd learned in the past of writing essays and stuff like that. And it just wasn't, I couldn't put it on paper. And so I just couldn't, I don't know, I couldn't focus enough to finish the test. And so at the very end, she came by, she was taking the test from everyone. There was only like 5 of us left in the room. And she asked me, how do you think you did on the test? I said, I don't think I did well. I just could not focus. I couldn't put my ideas on paper. She was like, okay, you know what? Come to my office tomorrow and we'll talk about it. And so the next day I went to her office and sat down, and she just started asking me just different questions about different things, but it wasn't pertaining to the test. And then we got into the test, and she just started asking me different questions just to see where I was, if I had the knowledge, which I knew I had. I mean, I knew what I wanted to say. I just couldn't put it on paper. And so I went ahead and explained to her, answered her questions. And she said, okay, you did good. She gave me a B. And I went on my way. And I was happy that the fact that she actually saw that, okay, he is not just blowing smoke. He really knows what he's talking about, but he just couldn't finish the test. Now, this wasn't the first test that I took in the class. So I had been there for a while, and this wasn't the first time that I had her as a professor. So she knew that I had knowledge of the subject. She knew that I would do well. And I generally, in political science, I would get A's and B's all the time. I wasn't one of those C students or barely passing students. That wasn't me. So she knew that, and so she gave me that opportunity, and I really appreciate the fact that she did give me that opportunity. And so I just wanted to share this story with you. So in my opinion of Representative Titus, I think she's a great person, and I'm glad to see that she is in support of Social Security 2100 Act. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.
This Congress can't pass gas, and he needs to run against a do-nothing Congress. And I think that can give them some traction that he did not have before. But, maybe they could get Rudy Giuliani to be speaker. We know he can pass gas for sure. But this is almost comical.